Khamzat Chimaev is officially cursed, ladies and gentlemen. 90% of his fights just do not happen. And for whatever reason, whether it's a fight cancellation, a short notice replacement, think about it. Over the last few years, Khamzat Chimaev should have fought Leon Edwards, he should have fought Nate Diaz, and he should have fought Paulo Costa. He hasn't fought either of those three. Instead, he's fought Kamaru Usman on like a week's notice. He has fought Robert Whittaker in his most recent fight. And then maybe you're thinking all the health scares, all the troubles that have been bothering him over the last few years are officially over, and we can get an active Khamzat Chimaev. And then now it comes out Dricus Du Plessis not fighting him, apparently. I mean, maybe he'll make it to fight night, but it's looking like he's not going to. And man, this guy's cursed. The MMA, the UFC in general is cursed lately. I know a few other content creators are saying this before me, but when you think about it, everything is going wrong at the moment. Whether it's fight cancellations, fights not happening, for whatever reason, everything seems to be going wrong at the moment in the UFC. I don't know what it is, and the only exciting thing you ever hear is when it's a fight cancellation, and then, oh, it's a late notice replacement. Like, Islam Makhachev with Renato Moicano. He was supposed to fight Arman Tsarukyan, which would have been a really, really good fight. Arman Tsarukyan pulls out, it's shit. We're all a bit disappointed about it. We're all deflated about it. Renato Moicano steps in, and it's a late notice replacement, and we're all like, yeah, that's sick, da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, it wasn't Arman Tsarukyan. Renato Moicano never really stood a chance. And it's just a bit crap lately. And I'm getting a bit sick of it. Even though it does greatly benefit me over on my TikTok, especially when a fight cancellation happens. And then it just does. It benefits me. Because these breaking news videos get more views. But at the same time, as a fan, it is just a bit crap. Even though you get excited with the late replacement, like Caio Borralho has offered to fight Khamzat Chimaev. I'm sure Nasruddin Imavov will be willing to do it too. Even though you get those options to fight Khamzat Chimaev, it's not the same as Dricus. You know, we all wanted to see Dricus. The fight wasn't officially confirmed, to be fair, but it's pretty obvious, and it has been pretty obvious for some time, that that was the next fight for International Fight Week, with Kai Kara-France and Alexandre Pantoja as the co-main event. So it is just a bit crap. Do you know what I mean? It is just a bit crap when we keep getting these fight cancellations, we keep getting these delays, we keep getting fighters not want to fight each other, demanding more money, all this stuff. The UFC's in a bit of a, it's not in a limbo, it's not on the decline. I think some people overreact about that sometimes, but, you know, it's just a bit, I get a bit sick of it. It's like, how many times are these fight cancellations going to happen? Last minute replacements, weight cut failures, all these stuff, when it's happening so often now compared to what it used to, or at least it feels like it's happening so often now compared to what it used to. How many times is this going to happen before us lot start to get a bit like, starting to get sick of this? And I feel like that is how we're all starting to get from it in general now anyway. It's just a bit of an annoyance. But either way, Caio Borralho's offered to step in against Khamzat Chimaev. Another short notice sort of replacement for Khamzat it would be. I mean, he's still got like a month or two to fight him, but obviously will have been preparing for Dricus up till now. And Caio Borralho actually is as hard of a fight for Khamzat. He's a bit, I would say Dricus is Khamzat's hardest fight, but Caio Borralho is somebody who I would also put up there. Reason being, very, very good grappling. The two have grappled together before. Training footage resurfaced just the other day, and Khamzat Chimaev obviously got the better of him. Khamzat is a better grappler than Caio, but Caio's a very credible grappler in his own right. The fighting nerds have got real momentum at the moment. They're undefeated in the US. Well, the main ones are undefeated. I suppose you've got like Bruno Brazil. You've got Mikel Olajaychuk, who's just joined the gym now. You know, you've got the ones we don't talk about for PR. But you get what I'm saying. The main ones are undefeated. Mauricio Ruffe, Jean Silva, Caio Borralho, Carlos Prates. They're undefeated in the UFC. So it's this narrative you can use to build up the Khamzat Chimaev fight. With Nasruddin Imavov, he's just knocked out Israel Adesanya. He hasn't thrown his name in the hat, I don't believe yet, to fight Khamzat. I do think he should, though. He absolutely should. He needs to get and capitalise on top of that. Imavov, for me, is the most underrated fighter in that division. But for me, Caio Borralho's the option here. He's the main one I would make. I know Imavov did just beat Israel Adesanya, but I just think Caio Borralho is it's a fight that excites me more. It's it's just exciting to me. It's more exciting than Imavov and Khamzat Chimaev. But if Imavov gets it, I won't complain. It's just, I would rather see Khamzat Chimaev versus Caio Borralho, personally. I think Caio Borralho's a bit more of a threat to Khamzat than Imavov. Borralho's physically strong, he's got power, the fighting nerds have got aura at the moment. And I know people joke about aura in this like cringy way, and some people will find that cringe that I just said it, but aura's real. I think it is a real thing we need to take into consideration. You call it aura, maybe some call it momentum, but whatever it is, he's got it going into this fight. So on paper, it's a big test for Khamzat Chimaev. And actually, if you do make this Caio Borralho-Khamzat fight, you get to see Khamzat maybe tested against a very, very well-rounded mixed martial artist, a powerful mixed martial artist, somebody that can make a fight a little bit ugly. Obviously, he's not as whoops-a-daisy as Dricus, but, you know, he is somebody that can make the same kind of ugly fight Dricus will have wanted to make with Khamzat happen. So it's a test for Khamzat. And if Khamzat can get past Caio, it only makes that Dricus Du Plessis fight more exciting. And plus, Caio and Dricus, if Caio gets past Khamzat, Caio and Dricus would be a fucking war. Imagine Caio and Dricus. Bro. Imagine Caio and Dricus. That'd be an absolute barn burner. Probably one of the fights of the year. I'd favour Dricus in that though. He's like everything Caio is, but exuberated. Ooh, or exacerbated. Ooh, filthy. Big words. But he is everything Caio is, but I think just maybe a bit more. And I think he's a bit bigger naturally. So Dricus and Caio would be an amazing outcome. Khamzat and Dricus would be an amazing outcome. But for me, I would favour Khamzat Chimaev to beat Caio Borralho. I know, or Caio Borralho, sorry. I know I mispronounced his name. It's just my accent. No disrespect intended. But with Khamzat Chimaev and Caio, I know Caio's meant to be well-rounded. I know he's powerful. I know he's got cardio. He can dog it out. I do think Khamzat Chimaev is a different fighter now. Just in his demeanour, in his preparation. I know we didn't see him past 2 rounds against Robert Whittaker. We know he's a destroyer in the first. But it's still that unanswered question of whether he's fixed his cardio issues or not. And I'm sure Khamzat will still slow down. He's just so energy. He expends so much energy in the first round that I'm sure he'll still get tired if it gets to round 4 and 5. But I do think Khamzat's better condition now. I just have a hunch. I know that's not off anything factual or anything we've seen. Just his demeanour when he went into the Robert Whittaker fight, his composure and his ability to not rush the finish. He did finish Rob in the first round, but he wasn't forcing it. You know, usually just smashes his way to a finish. He just took care of Rob methodically, broke him down with his grappling, and it was easy for him. Khamzat Chimaev is a very, very, very dangerous threat to that title. And to be honest with you, I do think he is champion by the end of this year. I think he beats Borralho. I think he beats Imavov. I think he beats Dricus. I think he beats Adesanya, Sean Strickland, all of them. He's too good. He's a generational talent in my mind. I haven't seen a force like Khamzat Chimaev really ever since Khabib. It's just keeping him active. It's just getting him in there, keeping him consistent and keeping him performing at a high level. And I think without injuries, without illness, with all that staying out of Khamzat Chimaev's career now, I think he can go to the very, very top. Because he's just that guy, isn't he? Without glazing him too much, and I already have, but he is that guy, in my opinion, Khamzat Chimaev. He just is. But I know Khamzat Chimaev might want to wait out for Dricus Du Plessis too, just to finish up. He could wait out. Dricus might not have a too serious injury that leaves him out till next year. I think it's a hand injury off the top of my head. But if I was Khamzat, I'd want to get in there, get active, fight twice this year. Yeah, we'll fight twice this year. Fight Caio. I know it's a bit of a risk, but fight Caio, stay active, stay warm, get the feel for it. Fight a sort of, again, he's not Dricus, he's not the same as Dricus, but fight Caio, who will try and make the same kind of fight Dricus will have made with Khamzat happen, which is a dirty slugfest war. Try drag Khamzat Chimaev into the later rounds. We know the game plan of Caio. We know what it would be. So try do that. Try keep warm against a similar sort of game plan against you and get the win. And then fight Dricus later in the year. I want to see Khamzat Chimaev stay active, but I do think there's a very, very high chance he might wait out for Dricus. I just do. I could see that happening with Khamzat Chimaev. But you lot, let me know what you think. What do you want to happen? Do you want Khamzat to wait out? Do you want Khamzat to fight Caio? Do you want Khamzat to fight Imavov? Do you want Imavov Caio and Khamzat Chimaev just waits out for Dricus? I don't know. Would you put an interim title on it? There's talk of that, me personally. I think that it doesn't matter what I think of interim titles. If it's going to be Pantoja Kai Kara France card, then I think with Khamzat Chimaev being on the card, they won't want to put him as the core main event. So naturally, they would just put an interim title on it anyway. Doesn't matter what we think. I think it will just happen anyway, really, won't it? So let me know what you think. Thank you for the support lately, lads. Goodbye.